It's January, which is a quiet time for business, but not for the fitness industry. This is the time they rope us into handing over our hard-earned cash as we promise ourselves new year, new me, blah, blah, blah. Not this January.
Blah, blah, blah.
Not this January. So
Why?
Sure, they're closed. The gyms are closed.
I know, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No one's handing over nothing. We're out the back, running around like mad things. So with this in mind, we've decided to take a look at some mad and interesting ways you can keep fit that aren't the gym. Do you know what I mean? We're thinking of ye, the people.
The lads in the gym always said that the gym was full of women in the run up to Christmas.
Okay.
And the gym was full of men in January.
Okay.
Read into that what you will. The women want to look good for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And then the lads just feel shit in January after all the drinking.
Yeah. The drink, do a. Before we start, I'm doing dry January.
Oh, yeah.
I'm putting it out there now on the podcast because now I feel like I'm accountable to the people.
You relapse.
So if anybody sees me like in Super Value or anywhere locally but trying to buy a drink, just tell me to stop, okay? And just it's dry January, Johnny. Do it
like
for
the
once.
puppy. They'll be like,
Put that down now, good man. Yeah, look, it's January. The gyms are closed. Things are miserable enough. Bit of fitness, always good for you. How can we stay fit? What can we do, John?
good for the head. We're going to start off with some easier ones, right? Yoga.
Jesus. Yoga.
For me now, I don't know if this is really about fitness.
What, yoga?
Yeah.
Oh, lad.
Mental health. This is good for the count. This is good for mindfulness now.
Yeah.
What do you find yoga tough in the body?
Jesus Christ, lad. I done yoga there. Lockdown 1.0.
Yeah.
During the first lockdown. And he was like, there's a girl in town. She's putting up yoga classes online. We should do one. Well, I swear to God. Lift weights. Do what you want. Do yoga. You'll be in bits.
Were you sweating after it?
Sweating to death, lad. I was in the sitting room. It was very hot. I had the fire light as well. It was like hot yoga. Unintentionally hot yoga.
Bikram yoga.
Yeah. But like, they make you move muscles that I had never ever moved, I'd say, in my entire life. I woke up the next day in the bed. I was like, I'm not doing that yoga no more. Good for the mind. I can't fucking walk. So I was broke up completely.
Really?
Yeah. Now, it was nice. Like, your one's voice was nice. But then she'd say things that I didn't understand. And then, like, I couldn't switch off from her saying those things. So, like, it was like, now into the child's pose, Nashamaka. And I was like, what? So, like, there's obviously some other name on him, like yogi name on him.
Yeah.
And she'd say it. And then, like, while I should be relaxing doing the pose, I'm thinking, like, what? Is she sneaking stuff in there? Do you know what I mean? And it threw me. But like cow pose, happy baby pose. And it was funny, like the girl that was doing them online just kept saying, if you feel like you can't do that, and just go back into child's pose.
Yeah.
So, which is like kind of you're on your knees and your face is basically on the ground, like a bold child. And I swear, for the entire thing, I basically just stayed in that position. Like. And he said anytime she looked at me, I was like, I just mashed into the ground, like my face bit into the carpet.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's yoga. And Pilates to me is just the same.
No, Pilates is totally different.
What's the difference?
Pilates is more of a workout. It's more about...
Was it yoga or Pilates I did?
The story going around a couple of years ago was like, oh lad, all the All Black rugby players do Pilates. You have to do it.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of GA lads tried it, and then about a year later it was like, no, come on, we go out in the field, do a bit of running. Yeah.
one of your junior B lads tried Pilates once.
He did. I had this lad, he was probably about 36 or 7 at least at the time. And there was no sign of him at training. And I was like, it's March now, whatever, like, Monday nights now, we're doing training every Monday night. And he's like, I'd love to do a bit now, but I do Pilates on a Monday, and the physio told me I have to do the Pilates. So any other night now, and I'll be in. And I was like, well, geez, actually this week now we're training Tuesday instead. You don't want to do too much, You don't want to do too much too soon when you broke up. But Pilates was created by Joseph Pilates.
Wow.
Would you believe it? He was a German.
Oh, wow. Not
Method came to him during World War I.
Christ, around a long time.
While he was being held at Knock Allo internment camp on the Isle of Man. He developed his method 3 or 4 years working on his fellow internees. It's like yoga, but with the mind and body thing.
Okay.
But more emphasizes on flexibility. But yoga is like, but with the Pilates is also about kind of core strength.
Okay, so you're saying it's tougher then. Pilates is tougher.
Well, in my experience.
Jesus, I tell you, whatever I was doing was fair tough. Here's another one, right? Another phenomenon. that's taken off now recently. If you go on Instagram, I guarantee you 80% of people have been dipping in cold water. Sheep dipping, I like to call it. Other people call it open water swimming.
Swimming in the ocean or the river?
Swimming in the ocean or the river.
No, it's always the ocean.
It's always the ocean. Yeah, you're not going to go down your local stream and jump in like you would. Someone would come and get you.
You do that in the summer.
I would. Yeah, like I jumped into that though. Remember the time we went down swimming into the sandy bottom, as it's called down here, like, which is the shore.
Yeah.
Effectively. It's filthy, like. It's absolutely filthy. Like.
It's not, man.
Man, it was fair dirty. When my feet touched the bottom, for the whole thing, I just treaded water. So I didn't want my feet. It was so dirty, I didn't want my feet to touch the bottom.
There's a bit.
Like people are like, I felt so rejuvenated after that. I felt like I had got staphylococci or some other form of bacterial infection. Genuinely,
it's not dirty. Like there was no shopping trolleys floating around.
Yeah, that we seen. Didn't a train fall into that once?
Yeah, but
well, where's that gone? Like
it's underwater.
There you go. It's still there. Like still there.
Yeah, but it's a train. What do you want me to do about it?
Can't be good for you.
I can't get it out.
Anyway, this is the big thing. Everyone seems to be doing this, and they're all saying how great they feel after it.
Yeah.
Like I've been in an ice bath.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's freezing. You're freezing. Like, so when you go out into the thing about the ice bath is, right, you're in the ice bath for a minute and then you get into a roasting hot shower.
Yeah.
When you're open water swimming in like Sandy Cove or wherever, like wherever it is, and maybe it's lovely, and I will try it. Like, I know a lot of people recommend it, right? And I'm not dissing it. I'll try it at some point when I don't want to die of pneumonia. They go in.
Yeah.
They get freezing in the water.
Yeah.
They get back out.
Yeah.
It's still fucking freezing. Right? Then they dry themselves, get into the car. You're still freezing.
Like you warm up.
You warm up. Stop it, man. Will you? I went for a walk last night. The hands were frozen off me.
You have heated seats in the car.
Yeah, I know. Like, but not everybody has heated seats, Johnny. Okay. All right. Let's get away.
This water swimming in the ocean is a big thing, man. And
swimming it like in Ibiza. Yeah. In 30 degrees, like
Gibraltar.
Yeah, somewhere nice like that. But like swimming here, man, it's constantly cold here. Like, does the water ever heat up here?
Not particularly, but like people who live near the coast love it. I remember being in Foss with a lad from Donegal, and he was like, "Oh, where are you from, Tip?" And he was like, "How far are you from the ocean?" I was like, "That's unusual." First question.
We're inland.
Yeah, I was like, probably the guts of an hour. He was like, "Some dose."
Oh my god!
I was like, "Well, I guess, but we've got other stuff." But I swam in the ocean in Ireland several times this year. Well, not several. Yeah, like a couple of evenings and stuff. There's one in Tramore.
Yeah. There's one in Tramore. Yeah, the ocean, the sea,
not the beach.
Okay, yeah. You jump off
by the Metal Man. There's a stone pier like where you jump in and people go swimming.
Oh, I don't know. Have you ever been like wet at a match? Watching a match or something?
Yeah,
and no. You get wet and then you're like, "Jeez, I better go home quick."
Yeah.
In case I get a cold.
Yeah.
So you're getting, like, you're caught in a shower and you're rushing home because you might get a cold.
Yeah.
And then you're telling me there's people jumping into ice cold water.
Yeah.
Will they not get a cold?
No, because
a lot of snotty noses after
they
this.
They don't jump in their work clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the wet clothes that does the damage.
Yeah, but if you're wet at a match, you're walking around wet for ages. If you're wet in the ocean, you're wet for the 5 minutes you're in the ocean. Then you dry.
Yeah.
Come on, quick maths.
Okay, so Maura has some things you need here if you want to go.
This is according to watersafety.ie.
Yeah, you need a silicone cap if dipping all year round dipping. You see, sheep dipping.
Oh, yeah.
With an additional neoprene cap.
Always put on a cap when you're going dipping, John.
Yeah, 100%, John. It's always good to wear a cap. You need a neoprene cap if distance swimming during the winter months. You need a dry absorbent towel. You need earplugs, especially in October to May.
Don't want to be listening to anyone's shit.
A toe float.
That's like what Mitch Buchanan had in Baywatch.
Oh, man, you're not going to have one. Yes, a standing mat, particularly from October to May to counteract the severity of the cold ground while togging in and out. Yeah. What about the wind? You know what I mean? Freezing you.
Just harden up.
Floating goggles and a bottle of baby shampoo to rinse them off after each swim. This prevents fogging. A thermal flask containing a hot drink, preferably whiskey, no, it doesn't say that, to ingest after exiting the water. A thermal beanie cap to wear immediately. Gloves, booties, or socks.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff to be bringing in.
It's a lot of stuff, isn't it? Worth it though. Look at how happy the happy pair are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I see people getting out and they're like, when their photos on Instagram, they're all smiling. I'd be like, swear to God, if I got out of the water, like the photo would just be me just going, teeth chattering.
For like 30 seconds after you get out of the water, you almost don't feel the cold. It's like a adrenaline or something. I swear to God. You have to try it, man.
I know. Look, okay, new year, new me. I'm going to try some new stuff.
Well,
all right?
the rule is you can only stay in 2 minutes per degree Celsius.
Oh, it's a lot of bother.
So if the
It's
water,
a lot of bother for 2 minutes.
if the water is 1 degree, you can only stay in for 2 minutes. If the water is 3 degrees, you can stay in for 6 minutes. If the
Okay,
water is
right.
6 degrees, you can stay in for 12 minutes, etc. Quick
Okay.
maths. But the thing going around was these dry robes. So you know, a dry robe is like
Like a pimp jacket.
yeah, or a lot of them go over your head. So like a big poncho, but it's made of towel.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Right.
Very handy.
Those things that you rob from posh hotels.
They're more dressing gowns. Are they?
Okay, all right. Okay. I've been known to take one or
I
two.
only took one or two in my life. But there was a sign at the, the 40 foot in Dublin.
Yeah.
No dry robe or dry robe types. And then there was another one saying, warning, bathers are advised that sightings of dry robe wankers have increased in the area.
Okay, so this was like you're not an original an OG
If you
today.
wear a dry robe.
Okay, all right.
That's some snobbiness.
Oh my God. Okay, all right. I'll give this a try. I tell you what, I won't give a try to though. Zumba. Zumba is an exercise program where you basically do aerobic dance moves to Latin music, like Ricky Martin, Shakira stuff here.
Great music.
Yeah, it started in the 90s and it's meant to be very big. I've actually seen it been done in like the shopping centre in Clonmel. They had like a flash mob of Zumba one day. She's put me on my dinner.
In 2017, Zumba was banned in Iran
Jesus.
after an edict issued by the head of the Sports for All Federation, a government institution promoting sports and a healthy lifestyle. It considered Zumba classes contrary to Islamic.
I'm not gone on Zumba now because, like, that type of music doesn't do it for me. But
What are you talking about, Ricky Martin?
yeah, Ricky Martin's grand. Like,
You listen to Ricky Martin in the gym?
Pumped up on, yeah, okay, right, sometimes. But listen to me, I like to do like my own type of dance. So I said it to you. We have a shed out the back, a few weights in it and stuff like that. And my warm up, like, I used to do like get on the bike and do a few minutes or whatever. Now I put on tunes and I just start dancing like nobody's watching. Honestly, if somebody looked in the shed, they'd be like, "Oh, he's having a bad day." So I just put on music and I just bop around the place, like jump around like to the music. And not only do I like feel better because I'm like, dancing, having the crack,
Yeah.
but it fair warms you up. You'd be pumping, heart rate be through the roof.
It's true.
Try a bit of dancing, like. Do you know, I did go to hip hop class once
Yes.
in WIT. Didn't go that well. I was listening to a lot of Chris Brown at the time.
Yeah.
And myself and Roger, and the boys were like, do you know, in college you're like, try it, like,
Yeah,
new
yeah.
me, whatever, like, a bit, I'll try it. And there was like WIT hip hop club. It's like, there we go, that's a bit of us. 2 of us went down. Yeah, didn't go that well.
Why?
We weren't that good. And it was quite embarrassing, like when you couldn't do like the simplest of moves. And like a lot of people in there had danced before, like. We
Okay.
thought like, this would be for beginners, like.
Yeah.
They're all class, like.
No way.
Yeah, and we were like 2 fools, like.
Did they all look like hip hop people?
Yeah, and we did wear PCAPs. Oh. Try and fit in. Yeah. Bear in mind, I'm 18, nearly 19 at this stage. Like, yeah, I'm cringing looking back on it. We danced to "You Should Let Me Love You."
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario. Yeah,
F45.
not my finest hour.
F45 is a big one now on the other side of the world, really. The F stands for functional training, and the 45, guess what? 45 minutes. Started in Australia in 2012. And here we go. Mark Wahlberg bought a minority stake in the business pre-COVID. He has more than 1,500 studios in 40 countries and valued at $450 million. Have you heard of this F45?
No, is this like Curves? A modern day Curves? Do
Ah,
you remember Curves?
you're so
I went to Curves.
Curves for women.
Yeah, I went after hours.
Why did you go to
My
Curves?
mother was worried about me putting on a bit of timber.
Okay.
So she brought me out like one-on-one sessions and I used all like the women's machines and stuff. They'd done the job. In the end, our whole under 14 team were doing it. They like, so the women would finish in Curves and
Yeah.
then like at night we'd go in and use all the equipment for an
Sure,
hour.
why not?
Yeah, in Curves. CrossFit's quite similar to that then, I guess. Obviously you can't do CrossFit at the moment because the gyms are closed.
CrossFit is a whole different thing and has kind of a... The lads who do bodybuilding kind of look down on CrossFit.
Okay, I didn't know this. I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, because CrossFit is more like the CrossFit Games. It's a bit like gladiators. You've got to like.
There's some Nick though.
You got to do like monkey bars and then a load of pull-ups and then like
tire flips,
all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of my interpretation of CrossFit is that like if I wanted to get really lean or something,
yeah,
I would do CrossFit.
I should definitely look at CrossFit.
Man, you might enjoy CrossFit.
I don't know. Don't enjoy that kind of class things. I don't like people looking at me
But
when I'm working out. I don't even look at myself when I'm working out.
There's no mirrors.
Triathlons and stuff. Never understood anybody running,
Swimming,
when you
cycling.
when you don't need to. You know what I mean? To me, running is like an absolute necessity.
What, when there's a tiger chasing you?
Yeah, no, like that. Obviously, in that situation,
If
I
you
will
were
run.
robbing a scrapyard in Kilmallock.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's
A
tiger
lion.
chasing me. Yeah, I am out there. But like, training. Like I'll only run full tilt when I really need to.
Yeah.
Constantly on a mission of conserving energy. No, but do you know, it's like, oh, you have to do sprints now. It's like, oh, fucking hell. Like, so you have to do sprints. Like, whereas like other than that,
They're so that when the ball comes in a match, you're able to sprint.
I can still do it, man. Position. It's all about position. It's all in the head.
Triathlons. Okay, a sprint triathlon is a 750 meter swim. That's still some swim
Yeah.
because it's going to be in a river.
Yeah.
20 kilometer bike and a 5k run.
Oh my God.
I feel there like most people could probably manage a 5k run.
Yeah.
Well, you just slow down a bit.
Yeah. You
can't slow down.
You drag yourself around.
You can't slow down in the water. You go down. You sink.
Yeah, that's true. You're going to ping it in the water.
And cycling, like a 20 kilometer cycle on a bike, you'd manage that. Again, you just slow down like.
Yeah, you want Vaseline, good shorts.
For 20k. What was the one we done? It was like 75k.
Yeah, exactly.
Just arrived on.
Yeah, but no, you arrived on. I arrived on like
I didn't even own a bike. Just borrowed a bike, hopped up and did 70 or 80k. So a 20k cycle, not going to be that bad like.
Yeah, that.
The swimming here is definitely disproportionately hard.
Yeah, that is a lot
If
tougher.
I was doing a triathlon, I'd manage like a 15 meter swim. Oh my God.
I have massive respect though for people who do triathlons and Ironmans. I don't understand why, but like I know how I can imagine how tough that is. Like if I have to do 900 meter sprints of training, like I'm like I achieved a lot. Like it was massive. Like I'd nearly be coming home saying like, "Wow, you're an animal," and these lads are just doing it like trotting around, no bother.
Ironmans are disgusting.
Yeah,
3.8 kilometer swim, 180 kilometers on a bike.
that's unbelievable.
You get to Dublin from that.
Yeah, that's
and then run 42 kilometers.
crazy.
Mate of mine did that and it took him like 13 or 14 hours. I was like,
Oh, I'm shuddering. I'm actually a streak went down my spine there.
but he like gave up carbs and all to do it because he was saying like that you couldn't exercise for 13 hours on carbs.
Jesus.
So you have to train your body to like eat fats and all. So he gave up carbs for like months before doing the triathlon. Do you ever hear these lads who do ultra running and stuff?
Yeah.
Running over mountains across the night and all.
Yeah.
It's just, there's got to be more to it. Do you know what always looks like good crack, but I imagine it's misery doing it, is the adventure race. So, like the run amok, hell and back, tough mudder, these kind of things.
Spartan.
Yeah, so like Ireland's Fittest Family Job.
Yeah.
Looks deadly on the television. But I tell you, if you're going through freezing cold water and then having to run another like 5k, that is, it brings it back to just being cold all the time. I remember Annie and her whole family went to do it one time. Everyone. They were all going. And they were like, do you want to come? I was like, absolutely not. Stay at home. I stayed at home on my own. The entire lot of them went. And then they were all like, oh, some crack. I was like, I had some crack.
What did you do?
I watched a couple of soccer matches.
Okay. I've just got to say straight away for these things, no, I don't do them.
Because it's your Halley.
Our mate Sparrow, we did this bonding team training day once.
I wasn't there.
He was running up this, it was like,
A mound, I suppose.
I'm going to say it was probably like a load of sheets of like MDF or something, and it was covered in a truck canvas. It was quite slippery. And he ran up and then didn't quite make it to the top, which is fine. He slid back down. His ankle, his knee, his whole leg just turned into Lego.
Yeah.
And I said, that was it. Never again. I don't even play like all-weather pitch soccer or anything like that.
Yeah. He broke his ankle in 3 places and full dislocation. So it was actually, his ankle was facing the wrong way.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
I was talking to herself, did one of these, right? I can't remember which one it was. At the start, you have to go into ice cold water and like swim down under
Yeah.
a bar and come out the other side. Then there's this yoke that gives you electric shocks.
Christ almighty.
Then there's one you're running through the woods and there's a lad shooting at you with a pellet gun.
Laddie, you sure she wasn't?
Yeah, no.
She wasn't interned in some sort of fucking camp or something.
She said, right, she got shot on like the hip and she was like, put her hand down as a natural reaction, like, oh my God, got shot in the finger then. She's nearly going sick. She's like, oh, why have I been shot in the finger? I thought this is about fitness.
I don't think that's legal.
It is, yeah. And you start doing
That's
that.
incredible.
There's lads coming against you with like, the tinfoil jackets and the gas masks on.
But that's not fun. Like it's like a 5K fun run where we shoot you. Jesus Christ.
Noel is at the halfway point.
Yeah, incredible. We move on. We get through some of these mad ones really quick.
Yeah.
Trampolining.
Okay.
Some stuff.
Yeah.
Trampolining is tough. When I was in secondary school, they only rolled out a trampoline once a year for the open day. Some buzz. It was fair dangerous though.
It was trampoline workouts online and stuff.
Yeah. You can follow all that, and it is good for your legs and stuff and your balance. I suppose the whole lot. I mean, I obviously had an accident with a trampoline when we filmed the Lynx ad one time. The man was like, be careful of the sides, don't put your foot on the sides. I was like, yeah, no bother, go up on the trampoline. Where did I put my foot? On the side. Went straight down through it and the spring cut. I still have a scar from like nearly my ankle up to my thigh. It just raked my whole leg.
This is where the Irish national team train. Like no one's ever done it before.
Oh my God.
Day one.
Your man was like, do you need medical attention? I was like, no, I'm grand, lad. Come on, we fire on with this, like.
Get it done.
And it's just the adrenaline carried me through. And the whole way home, I was like, ah. And then that night, I went hurling training and fucking dislocated my knee.
There you go. Move like an animal. These primal workouts, Johnny, they're popping up all over the place. There's one gym franchise in the UK. They have this thing called ZOO classes, ZUU, which are one of the hardest classes on their timetables. Imagine gorilla jumps, iguana crawls and all sorts of animal-based exercises.
Just basically go in and run around like an animal for.
I do an impression of a dog and just take a shit in the floor.
One of the other ones is Voga, where you combine voguing with yoga. So if you remember our TV show in America, we tried voguing, which is like Madonna, strike a pose, all that. So it's that mixed with yoga. Disaster. I never want to vogue ever again. Here's one that might interest you, Johnny. Pole dancing.
Yes, the Irish Pole Dancing Academy offer an introduction to pole dance course for the absolute first timers to help folks learn the basics of pole dancing in a safe, non-judgmental class environment.
See, all you got to do is buy the pole online, get it delivered, and erect it in your house. Now, obviously, have you ever seen a video where like...
Oh, there's loads of them.
Yeah, there's loads of those videos where it's like they try and swing around the pole and just pull half the ceiling down. That's what would happen in my gaff.
They say that it's great for confidence and like body image and all.
Man, it'd be fair funny. Like, I'd love to see Annie's face if like she walked into the kitchen and I'm just hanging upside down the pole, just going, "I'll scrack."
Sup?
She'd get a chainsaw, it's a grinder, and just go straight through the pole. Another one you can try: rollerblading. Johnny B, you have a set of rollerblades.
I do.
Yeah.
Got them when I was living in Dublin there years ago for the crack. Tipping in and out. I was living near the Phoenix Park there.
So as an adult, you bought rollerblades.
Yeah, it was great crack.
Wow.
Haven't used them in a while.
Yeah, what do you think about getting them back out now? New year. Try a bit of rollerblade.
Nah.
Here's a good one. Here's one I like, right? We can now burn calories doing housework. Here we go. Extreme housework. The Americans are mad into this, right? This is actually a thing. You do extreme housework. Window washing. Great way to work out your arms, right? Rearranging furniture. Core strength. Like any household chore is an opportunity to tone some area. So when you're doing the mopping, like, why didn't you engage your core? You mop the floor, sweeping as well. Do you know what I mean? Cleaning, sir. Here we go. Mopping floors can burn 170 calories an hour.
I would never do an hour's worth of mopping though.
I know.
How much can you burn in 45
That's
seconds?
your problem. Cleaning surfaces, 136 calories. Ironing, 80 calories an hour. Making the bed burns 70 calories an hour. If you're making a bed for an hour, you've got some form of OCD.
It's working in a hotel.
Yeah, 100%. Washing the car, lad, 314 calories an hour.
No one's got an hour, but yeah, we just go through a drive-through.
Yeah, here's some of the ones, right, that my crazy mind thought up last night.
Go on.
So when you're fittest, right, you're most agile and, burning the most calories and really in good shape, probably when you were a child.
Definitely you're most flexible as a child. Yeah.
So why don't we have like the kids Olympics?
Go on.
So like if you're looking to keep fit now in the lockdown, just channel your inner child, right?
Right.
So why don't you say to your other half or whoever you're living with, do you know what we'll do? I'll have a game of 40-40.
Yeah, I'm with you.
and you're running around, then playing 40-40, you're burning calories. Backyard soccer.
Yeah.
Game of World Cup, 1-on-1, soccer.
Jumpers.
Yeah, jumpers for goalposts. Stick them down the backyard, wherever. Play that. Climbing. Show me up a tree. You
Okay.
fit at that crack, up and down a tree there 10 times.
Yeah.
So just channel your inner child, and I think you could get fit.
Get a space hopper.
Yeah, but exactly. 3-legged race, sack race, field day. Somewhere between the field day and like stuff you played as a kid.
In your backyard.
In your backyard.
In January.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
You won't be long getting fit, lad. So
Egg and spoon
after
race.
this, me and you game of box soccer, right? How about it? Also, the Americans have laughing classes.
Oh, yeah.
So they reckon that you can burn like hundreds of calories by just laughing. So
Yeah.
just stick on a load of Will Ferrell films and just laugh. Or like stick on like Only Fools and Horses and like there's a laughter track on that. So just
yeah.
anytime that happens, just make yourself laugh. Have you ever tried to make yourself laugh?
Yeah, there's YouTube videos of this, of
Go
laughter
on,
classes.
make yourself laugh, Darren.
No,
Go on, I'll do this. See, it just makes other people laugh.
yeah, it does. You're like Pat Short there, right?
Yeah, there you go. If everybody laughs, we'll burn calories together.
Yeah.